Let me say first, this was begun as a joke in response to a Facebook post I saw where a guy was destroying kitchen knives. He was challenging people to make videos, so I grabbed a thin knife that I bought 20 years ago in a grocery store and thought it would be the perfect thing to test against my very solid and very well tested Tops B.O.B. So let's have some fun. The Tops Knives Fieldcraft knife comes in at $132.95 on a major website, which you'll probably recognize. Check out the stats. Almost 0.2 inches thick, weighing close to 10 ounces. The Bob is a beast, as everyone knows. I hadn't even planned to film the Bob, so I actually filmed these tests after I filmed the other tests with the cheap kitchen knife. I was so surprised by the kitchen knife results. But here the Bob is taking on a piece of seasoned dogwood. Dogwood, incidentally, ranks above hickory and ironwood in terms of hardness on the Jenga scale. Not surprisingly, the Bob cruises through these tests. As you can see here, I'm tackling some Willow after tackling the first round of Dogwood. This wood proved to be a little squirrely, and I had to keep rotating my Cedar baton because there was a crevice in the baton that was cracking as it hit my knife. Lots of knots in this piece of wood, but the Bob gets through it without issue. So what next? On to Cedar. This is actually a thinner piece of cedar than I used on the kitchen knife. Once again, predictable results. But how will my drugstore challenger do? Look at this mighty piece of steel, full tang construction, all of $16.99 on eBay if you can find it, because it's a 20-year-old knife. Here it is in my hand. Look at that massive handle. That's gotta feel really good for hours of batoning, wouldn't you think? Made in Japan even. Wow, this is getting better and better. I wish you could see this beautiful serrated edge. It's wicked sharp. Straight from the kitchen. Who needs to pay $100 and some bucks on a knife when you can get this? Full tang construction. Made in Japan. Look at this beautiful edge. It's even serrated. You know what that means? I never have to sharpen it. Let's see how it handles this piece of half-split dogwood. Okay, all kidding aside, I gotta say that surprised me. Let's try this again. Let's try a knotty piece of willow. Nice little bend to it. You know what? It went straight again. And there's no real damage to the edge. Huh. Well, let's try that again. Little cedar. a little crooked. Well, that edge held on. It's a little hard to tell, but there's one little wavy spot where the wood kind of chewed up the blade. But I'm surprised all of these teeth aren't knocked off. So I guess it just goes to show, if you're going to get a cheap kitchen knife and have to use it in the woods, get one made by a reputable maker like Henckels.